The Cleveland Cavaliers have officially kicked the door to title contention in with its recent acquisition of DeAndre Hunter. The Wine and Golders are a perfect 6-0 since bringing in the former Atlanta Hawk and have been particularly dominant since doing so. They have the NBA's best offensive rating at 127.5, they have its best defensive rating at 104.1, and as a result, the #1 net rating in basketball at 23.4 since the Hunter deal. Not only that, but they are crushing opponents on the glass, hauling in 50.8 rebounds per game. They have the league's highest scoring bench during that span of time, as the reserves have contributed 48.2 points per contest while completing 47.7% of their field goals, including a white-hot 40.5% from three-point range, and DeAndre Hunter has been a huge reason for all of that. But before we dive into just how impactful he's been so far, do your boy a favor and smash that like button, subscribe to keep the Cavs coverage coming, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on a beat. Alright, let's dive in. So as I said, DeAndre Hunter has been a huge reason for Cleveland's dominance as of late. And it's not like the team wasn't already dominating the league before he got here. Hell, prior to his arrival, or at the very least prior to his first game donning the wine and gold, the Cavs were 42-10. That, even at that time, was the best record in basketball. They still had the best offensive rating in the league then at 121.1. They were top 8 in defensive rating at 111.7 and had the second best net rating at 10. Their bench was still top 10 in points, putting up 38.5 points per game, and they were still converting on a high percentage of triples, 37.9% to be exact, which was top 10 in the league. All of that was great, but it still felt like Cleveland was missing something big. Something that could shift the tides in their favor come the playoffs. That something was pretty damn clear. The team needed a big wing, and they needed one badly. Honestly, they've needed one for a long time. In Hunter, the Cavs get length, as he is measured at 6'8 with a 7'2 wingspan. They get quality defensive capabilities, as Hunter has often graded as one of the better defenders in the league, especially as a perimeter isolation defender where he is within the 81st percentile. They get positional versatility, as Hunter is able to suit up at either forward position, essentially giving them another body who can function as a pseudo big. And perhaps one of the more important additions he brings to the table, creation. DeAndre Hunter can create offense for himself and may even be able to create it for others given time. He has instantly become the Cavs' best wing creator and has already begun to dazzle with his on-ball efforts, whether that be as a driver or pull-up shooter. Let's start with the former, shall we? Over the course of his short Cavs tenure, Hunter has 26 total drives. That is 4.3 per game, which is already 5th on the team during that stretch, with names that you would expect in front of him. Darius, Garland, Donovan Mitchell, Ty Jerome, and Evan Mobley, and frankly, that's kind of the way it should be. That being said, Hunter is absolutely capable and should be no worse than 5th in this category in any given game in my opinion. He has attempted 2.3 field goal attempts per contest off of these, which is again 5th, and converted on 42.9%, which is not the most efficient, but simply having the ability to put the ball on the floor and attack the basket was sorely missing from this Cavs group of wings. And one of the best parts about that is his ability to draw contact, an area in which he ranked 37th in the NBA prior to joining the Cavs. In 6 games, he hasn't drawn as much contact as he did while a member of the Hawks, but he is drawing a personal foul 11.5% of the time when he has driven. That is second to only Jarrett Allen's 12.5%. Being able to put pressure on the defense with well-timed dribble drives can also collapse the painted area and free up shooters on the perimeter, and while he hasn't yet shown to be a high-level playmaker, playing alongside so many good shooters should eventually pay off in that regard. An attack in the basket isn't necessarily the only thing to take into consideration when he's put the ball on the floor either. His drives can and have already led to some beautiful mid-range pull-up jumpers. He's technically 2 of 5 for mid-range since coming aboard, but he's 30 of 61, or rather 49.2% on these looks on this season as a whole. He's in the 91st percentile in mid-range talent per B-ball index. And in that spirit, it's time to discuss the latter portion of what he brings as an on-ball creator, and that is his on-ball three-point shot making, i.e. his pull-up triples. This man has been absolute cash money from three-point range when pulling up on the opposition. He is 7 of 10 on all pull-up trays since he was acquired. Some of these have come via off-screen action like you see here.
Hunter with Scotty on him.
Others have been transition pull-ups.
Cavaliers. Johnson, no. And DeAndre Hunter secures the rebound. Just his third game with the Cavs. Pull-up three is good.
But a couple have straight up just been Hunter feeling confident and rising over his defender and letting that thing fly.
Puts it up and in.
That level of fearlessness is not going unnoticed, and at his size and measurements, good luck stopping him when he gets hot. Hunter has been even more impressive off the ball. He is 9 of 19, or rather 47.4% on his catch and shoot look since his arrival, and has knocked him down from all around the perimeter. However, his best friend has been the above the break triple. This dude is automatic when taking shots from that location. He is 13 of 20, or rather 65% when doing so. It's insane. The efficiency has been breathtaking. Cleaning the glass puts him in the 100th percentile among forwards in their all threes category, and the 97th percentile in non-corner threes. He is completing 56.7% of his three-point shots. Elsewhere, B-ball index places him within the 82nd percentile in off-ball shot-making efficiency, in the 95th percentile in off-ball gravity, the 87th percentile in three-point shot-making, and so on. In other words, dude's a straight-up bucket. We haven't seen much from him as a cutter yet, as he's recorded just one field goal that was the result of a cut, but honestly, as long as he's not too stationary, and don't worry, he hasn't been, he'll be okay in that regard. He's attempted 54 total shots in these first 6 games, 30 of which have been three-pointers. With the wealth of ball handlers on the roster, including his former UVA running mate and Ty Jerome, I think it was always the natural development to see him occupy much more of an off-ball role here, at least for now. Now on the defensive end, as mentioned before, Hunter's length is a key sticking point in many arguments centering around how valuable his addition should be. As stated prior, he is a very effective perimeter isolation defender, placing within the 81st percentile as of recording this. He's navigated screens well, placing within the 68th percentile, and though not the quickest out there, he has managed to track his assignment when off ball around the court, placing within the 56th percentile as an off ball chaser. And with him serving as sort of a pseudo big, giving the Cavs over 69% of his minutes so far at power forward, his ability at times to defend the interior is also quite important to consider here. Hunter is by no means a rim deterrent. He grades within the 33rd percentile in rim protection this season, but his post defense has been legit. He's in the 79th percentile in this area this year. He's spent the bulk of his time matched up 2 through 4, but is in the 86th percentile in percentage of time defending fours. He is as versatile of a wing defender as you will come across, and as such, B-ball index places him in the 90th percentile in their defensive positional versatility category. It's this type of versatility that could and should pay dividends come the playoffs, where he could see time defending anyone from Jalen Brunson and Cade Cunningham to Pascal Siakam and Jason Tatum. As a rebounder, I'll be honest, he's never really been that impressive, but he's done enough in his short time here to warrant the belief that he can be solid. We've already seen him pull down a high number of boards with 8 against a playoff caliber opponent in the Memphis Grizzlies. And at the end of the day, whether he starts or comes off the bench, he's been effective thus far, and I believe that Kenny Atkinson will make the correct decisions when the situation calls for it when the playoffs do begin. There will undoubtedly be matchups where having his size and creation ability in the starting unit could help tremendously, and there will be others where his minutes could be better served or more beneficial coming off the bench. And ultimately, it may not be about who starts, but rather who closes the games. But for context and transparency, this is the lineup data for each real possible option to start at the 3. The core 4 plus Hunter has a net rating of plus 20. The core 4 plus Strus is even better at plus 33.3. The core 4 plus Okoro are plus 9.8, and the core 4 plus Wade are plus 5.1. That'll do it for this one, folks. What has impressed you the most about DeAndre Hunter so far? Be sure to let me know in the comments below, and as always, go Cavs.
Hunter's jump shot is good. A 3 ball for Hunter.